All right, everybody. We already recorded this and only this much recording. It figures. Our energy, think about it.
Too much fun.
Too
Electronic issues.
Okay, so I'm going to scoot over here so I get closer.
Together again.
And this is how we were before. So we're just talking about it again. So Linda's amazing healer and does codes.
Light and sound frequencies in their mathematical form. Because we need things that are simple and fast and where you have control of your own healing, and you're not packing a huge amount of tools. You don't need to pack all your herbals. You don't need to pack your medicine. You can just write a code on your arm or your tummy or your leg or in the air and send it to you. It is very, very fast. It's a 10th dimensional healing system. I think in the next couple of years, we will actually have a tricorder. There are 10 or 12 different companies working on that concept right now. Because we have quantum physics, quantum computing, we can take everything we know, say about heart disease, and put it in one line of code. We can take everything we know about healing heart disease, acupuncture, massage, herbs, medicine, unprocessed emotion, and write that in one code. And then in two codes, it will measure the light and sound frequency. It will do your blood pressure. It will look at your DNA. It will look at all of these markers, and then it will spit out a code or a tone that whatever's missing for you, because what is for me is not going to be the same for Brie, because we have different life experiences, different body makeups. We have things in common, but it'll be individualized, and it'll be so much fun. It'll be so much easier when we start combining everything we know. One of the things we did around medicine and the body is we separated out the spirituality of medicine and how the body works, so we could really gain an understanding of how the body works, how the universe works. And what they're finding now is you have to have both, which Chinese medicine has been telling us for years. You have to treat the whole body.
Right.
And now we're beginning to do that, and we're going to have some awesome tools to help us.
But isn't treating the whole body, the emotional, mental, spiritual, physical, right?
Yes.
All four parts. Okay.
All four parts, yes. And most of our disease and discomfort is unprocessed emotions. And so once you begin to look at the emotions, it becomes easier and faster to heal.
But isn't there times, so I'm kind of controversial, you know that.
Right.
So isn't there times you just have to say, stop it. Just stop it.
Stop creating it.
Right.
Our thoughts.
And that was me.
Yeah.
Swollen feet, all the other stuff, right? Stop it.
Right. It's not necessary, Brie.
I couldn't figure out why I saw this
You can still take a nap for 2 hours in the afternoon. You don't need to make your feet puff up like the Michelin tire man, right?
I'm telling you, I'd be up a couple hours and my feet would be swollen. You couldn't figure it out. We did all sorts of work on it. It was like, okay. So
just stop.
Yeah. So we're going to talk about something. Me, one, with planet.
Yeah.
So a few years ago, it's been what, 3?
4?
Yeah, 3, 4 years. About 3 years ago. I didn't want to be here any longer. And I woke up next morning. So the night before, my toe felt numb. You know, what the heck? I must have pinched a nerve, right? Well, over the next day, and this whole side of my face dropped. I went in the mirror and getting ready to go to work to be on the radio. I didn't look at the mirror. I mean, went by the mirror and went in the shower, came out and went, holy crap. It's a lot more than that, by the way. I said, I
have a magic mirror. It only puts up my most perfect body.
Yeah. And I went, holy crap. I had a stroke. Well, there's a 6-hour window.
Right.
You know, that you have to get to the hospital. Well, I slept through that 6-hour window. But anyway, I don't remember how, I guess I thought I told my husband I had a stroke, I need to get to the hospital. And he said I didn't. And then somehow I drove to the hospital. It wasn't me. My higher self had to take over, or something, or one of my former aspects had to take over. So I'm in the hospital, and she shows up, and I don't recognize her. Now you can tell the rest of the story now.
So that particular day, I was working on a colleague of ours. We were doing some healing work and some massage, and we said at the same time, "Oh my God, Brie's here. What is going on with her?" And we finished the session, and we called Crystal Spirit to see if she was at work or if they knew what was going on, and they informed us that she was in the hospital. And Miss Pat was pretty upset, and she had to go to work, so she went to work. And I said, "Oh, don't worry about it. I'll just pop down. It's only 4 or 5 blocks." Of course, you know, they only let family in. And
I don't know how she got in.
Just wanted to.
And
I opened up the door, and I stuck my head in, and I said, "Brie, are you staying or are you going?" And her husband went, and he's looking at me because he's only heard of me. He's never met me until that moment. And Brie's just looking at me like, I said, "Brie, what are you doing?" And she goes, "Linda, how did you know I was here?" I don't know. I think I left, but I'm back. But I don't know. I'm different. And I go, "Okay, well, that's good." You know, and so I sat down beside her, and we started talking, and we started integrating, and we did a little bit of work. And then I ended up taking her husband home with her car and then brought him back. And Brie did some more testing, and I said, "Oh, don't worry about it. You're fine."
Well, and let me get to that part. So they left, and they thought it was me. Ours were going to MRI.
Yeah.
They had intensive care ready for me, a bed, the whole bed. And what happened was, thanks to my wonderful friend Judy Kelly, I got some information. So as I was in the MRI, now listen, I was on morphine, Xanax, anything they could give me to drop blood pressure down, everything down, and nothing would come down. I get in the MRI, I guess I'm in there for like 10, 15 minutes or whatever, and all of a sudden the blood pressure just dropped. And I can hear, "Mrs. Gibbs, Dr. Brie, Brianne, are you okay?" I said, "Yeah, I'm fine. Get me out of here." "I'm staying." "Yeah, you're staying. We got ICU ready for you." I said, "No, I'm staying on the planet." And the one woman kind of looked at me funny, but my doctor understood. She's metaphysical too, which is really great. And it's funny how we always end up with some kind of metaphysical person around us, right? So she goes, "Oh my gosh, you look different. You decided to stay." I said, "Yeah, I'm staying." But there was a very hurt part of me that had to leave. And so there's a higher self in me permanently that has walked in. That's all I want to say on that. And I'm not going to say who she is. But sometimes a part of us is so hurt, the inner child wants to go. And that's kind of what happened. I'm going to put it that way. But we did a lot of work together.
Yeah.
Got me back going. My face is normal again, except it's a little chubby. But
but we're goddesses.
That's right.
Women need to have curves, right?
And
our men are all angles and planes, you know, and angles and planes, they really like curves.
They do.
They do.
I'm telling you.
I'm telling you.
My husband, you know what? Oh, guess I'm losing weight. And now my husband goes, "Oh, I can see your boobs before your stomach now."
And that's always a good thing.
And so I know you're going to hear stuff like this from us. She's going to be on the show so much. You're just going to hear this. But the thing is this is a love channel. And we want to talk about real things, not things that you hear over and over and again. Like, how do you heal from the third dimension? How are you going to heal from the fourth dimension? You're already healed or you wouldn't be here.
Right. Weight loss. Let's talk about weight loss. Oh, let's talk about manifesting that new romance. Let's talk about being married 30 plus years. How do you put the spark back into that when you already know each other's A game, right?
You got to find a new A game.
That's right. Got to get a new A game. What's that going to look like?
But this is also for men too.
Yes. Yes.
Because here's the thing. We're talking about the divine feminine, right? And there's so much of divine feminine in men we know.
Yep.
And they're kind of feeling left out.
Yeah, they are, because they don't really have a place. We
Women,
make it really hard for them to be a man and do protect, provide, and proclaim. And then when they suck it up, then they tamp down those emotions, and then they explode all over the place. And they're having a total meltdown, but we don't allow them
or they're
time.
crying.
We don't have, yes, they don't have time to process their emotions. It's not okay to cry. It's not okay to be sad. It's not okay to say, you know, I really just need some time. Or I would really like to talk to a third party who has no vested interest in the outcome and can help me see a different perspective or feel a different perspective.
Mm-hmm.
And that's kind of what we do on an individual basis with our clients and people in workshops, is how do you allow the space? How do you allow your awareness to grow into that consciousness that we're not separated? Brie takes a piece, you take a piece, our animals, our plants, our water takes a piece, and we're co-creating all the time. The thing that's different now is our awareness and our understanding of how we all co-create together at the same time, 24/7.
So I have a question then. Why are we not bringing the men into the groups of these groups that are out there? Why are they not inviting men into it?
Because there's still a stigma around men being feminine, or what appears to be feminine.
But I've seen groups that don't allow men in it.
Yeah, which is, I think, is wrong.
I do too.
Men bring so much to the table. I have worked with men most of my life, because I'm going to tell you, I love men. Okay? All shapes, sizes, colors, and all things from nicey nice to crusty old codgers, right? I love men.
Welcome to my friend Linda.
Please don't take offense. But men use their spirituality and their intuition very different than women. For example, when my husband Tim was alive, he came home one day after being on the truck all week, and he said, "Carney energy in the house." And I'm like, "What? What are you talking about?" I'm looking around. I'm like, "I don't see any carnival people here. I don't see any clowns. What the heck are you talking about?" Right? And he goes, "No, there's different tire tracks coming in the driveway." And at that time, I lived in Eastern Washington, and I'm like, "It's the middle of summer. There's dust. What the heck are you talking about?" Right? And he goes, "No." And so I made him take me out there to show me. And I'm looking at the driveway, and I can't see nothing but dust and dirt. Not an imprint, nothing. And he's like, "It went down. We went down the driveway. They pulled up here. They backed around. And it sat there for a while. And then it went out the driveway." And I'm thinking, oh, my friend Jeannie and her husband had been at Spokane for a week for the big fair there, and they were on their way to Evergreen to do oral readings at the big fair there, and they stopped and had lunch with me. I'm thinking, oh, Carney energy is right? Because they had been at 2 carnival festivals, right? 2 big fairs. But I didn't get it, what he was talking about, right? Until I'm thinking, who was here today? Right? Because I'm thinking, I didn't have anybody here with Carney energy. But I did, right? Mm-hmm. So they use their intuition and their knowingness way different than women.
My husband will say,
warrior.
I'm telling you, warrior.
Marine.
No, I didn't know him in the caveman days. Okay, we might as well be one. No, I'm only kidding. So, yeah, I can't say what I just thought of. I saw a movie one time.
This is a GP show.
yeah, we got to keep this general. Okay, so anyway, it's funny though, but the movie wasn't very funny. But yeah, caveman days. We'll just do that. He's not dragging my hair. I might be dragging him by his hair because he's all bald, right?
Are you telling me you rubbed it off?
Hold it out. No, I'm only kidding. So anyway, so like my husband, he'll walk up to me and he can see things about them that he shouldn't have seen in the beginning, right? And they were good though. And he's told this one person where we were living before, and he says, "You got this eagle head above you, and this, and we're on the south side of you." And the guy goes, how'd you see that? I said, oh no. I'm like, Kelly, you can't do this. His intuition just kicked in one day. And all of a sudden, his abilities went alive. And luckily, he's always had them, but he didn't want to face them, right? Yeah.
He just decided to allow his consciousness, allow his being to actually trust that he knew what he knew and what he saw,
right,
and heard what he heard.
So my friend that owned the Memphis store, a different one, and she goes, "He woke up. It's about damn time." I'm going, yeah, it is, but he's not to see stuff on people because we're not to see the energy or nothing about people. Just see the person. Like right now, you're just seeing Linda and I having fun and talking, right? I don't see her energy or aura. That's not for me to see without her permission. And so I was trying to explain this to Kelly, right? And my friend Jean that owned the store, and it's a large Memphis store. I mean, large.
Yeah.
And she goes, Brie, come here. And she's going like this, come here. And I went, oh God.
I'm in trouble.
She goes, he can see all that now. I said, she goes, I'm gonna walk over and see what he can see. I mean.
Yeah, because it's fun. Yeah. Because then you start playing with it and having fun. Right?
So he walks over there. He goes, oh my God. You got this crown like this on you, and it goes way up high and this and that, and this robe on you. And it's where she wears it in ceremony. And we do ceremony, which is really important that God says do ceremony. And, you know, whether the full moon or whatever, you can do a ceremony anytime, it doesn't matter. So, anyway, so he came alive, but men sometimes just want to hide that because this is a woman's world. No, it's not. We have to be balanced between the male and the masculine and the female. It has to be balanced. So, me being all female energy, with maybe this much masculine in me that they had to put in me to keep me balanced lately. Yeah.
Okay.
Believe me. Anyway, so but I think it's a smidgen, like a smidgen somewhere in my brain somewhere. Anyway, so here's the thing: is we have to work. Men have to be allowed to work in this field also. And there's a lot of men that I respect that's on different programs and they're working. I really respect them. And the people that we're working with, they need to allow these men to come forward that aren't known. So like my husband's going to come on here and explain about his journey. And I have other people that are going to come on and explain about their journeys and stuff. Also other men and how they were brought down their knees in the last couple of years. And all these emotions just flew through them. And now they're starting to soften and feel the things we have had to feel.
For years. Millenniums.
Yeah. But, so like Kelly, he's crying in a movie and then he starts laughing. I'm laughing, I'm not crying. I go, oh, okay, honey.
Good. Tough Marine, you go ahead and laugh, cry. We're down for it.
Yeah. Rage is special.
And while you're at it, can I use your shoulder? But yeah, I can do that, right?
And that's what's happening with men and stuff, though. So how can we get them more involved?
By allowing and understanding that they know. They're just beginning to wake up and work with it consciously, just like we are. And when you can get your mate or your husband or the person that you're dating, oh my God, we have some great dating stories about that kind of stuff. But when you allow yourself and them to expand, then you can begin to open up that door and talk about it and share those experiences, right?
Mm-hmm.
So one of the guys I dated picked me up and I was house sitting for a friend. And he came in and he looked around and he goes, oh, I'm so happy to see you. And he looked around and then he went, oh, we need to leave right now. And I said, are we behind schedule? Because I'm like, I didn't think he was a schedule person, right? And he goes, no, this is an unhappy house. And the person, the woman that lives in this house is in danger. You need to tell her that. This is an unhappy house. And I went, oh, okay. And he goes, well, we need to leave now. And I went, okay, right? honor that they know what they know, right? And I didn't tell him at the time because we didn't continue dating, but my friend and her husband were getting a divorce, and it was very, very unhealthy relationship. And so he was truly right. And I did tell him that, you know, he was correct. I just didn't go into details. So honor and acknowledge that they're right, that they did feel that, or it's okay to cry at a movie, or it's okay to change directions because you're headed down I-5 and you need to get off onto 512 or a side street, and you're crossing 4 lanes of traffic in 30 feet, right?
So here's another thing we can do. Invite them to our groups.
Invite them, yes.
It's real simple. I'm just in my hair, so I could stand it. How it's looking. I'm sorry. I'm primping on film.
You're gonna have to get you a hairdresser, makeup, wardrobe.
So anyway, we need to invite them into these groups that you're doing. Yes. Invite them and just does not live in women. I don't know where that started, how it got started, but you know, I remember my ISIS time. I will tell you that it was not just women.
No, there was men.
Then men were involved in it too.
Right.
The fire dance was a little different, but yeah, we didn't have men for that one. No. So, you know that movie, Practical Magic?
Yeah, that was good.
Dancing naked under the full moon. Big bad. Okay. Yep. So we didn't have men there. Yeah. They weren't allowed in it.
But they were off doing something else.
Yeah.
So when we got together later, there was that giving and that receiving, right? On a whole bunch of levels. And we can talk about that on another show. But it goes back to balance. We need balance. First of all, you have to be able to give and receive to yourself as a male and a female in that male yin-yang balance. And then when you come together with your mate or co-create with your co-workers, there is that more giving and receiving. And we can talk about that more at another show because that's another whole show.
I'm telling you, we have several shows.
Oh my gosh, we have so much to talk about.
I'm telling you.
And you can just chime in anytime and ask your questions and say, hey, we want to talk about, or we have a question about.
So what's going to happen is, so the Dr. Brie Gibbs YouTube channel, Linda's going to be on it with me. We're just sitting here. We'll have the chat line open, answer any questions you want to answer. But here's the thing, we're going to live Zoom. And it's going to go over to YouTube Live. So we'll send everybody a link so they can watch it when the live is going on. And then they can even send us questions. And they send Dr. Brie Gibbs, and I'll send Linda. I'm sure you're going to have lots of questions for her because she's, we're both way out there, but she's at the top of the level.
Move over so that I can get up on the top with you. We need Mount Rainier. We need big mountain for us girls.
I'm telling you. We need,
we need that big curvy base, you know, it spreads out for miles.
No, that'd be a great thing to go film. Get up on Mount Rainier and film and do our thing. So anyway, so I have other guests coming on and stuff, but Linda, you're going to see her a lot because the thing is, she has so much to offer that, you know, how to say this? I'm very careful who I bring on my shows and what I do, right? And with her, she has carte blanche to this station because she's so loving. And, you know, where I'm more brass and I say what I say, you know, I just spit it out. Like, women, give it up. This is not the 1920s right to vote.
Jeez, Brie, let me get the other cheek over there so you can even it up. Put a little curve in it, lift it for me.
So what it is being the divine female is also accepting the divine masculine and being in balance because a lot of women have masculine and feminine. And so if you're working together with your husband or your boyfriend, friends, or even just the men in your group, and start inviting them in so you can have balance. Because this was not about, oh, women have all the power now. That's not what it's about.
It's about co-creating. It's about creating awareness that is in unconditional love, joy, gratitude, laughter, play. Oh my God, laughter and play are so healing and it's so much fun. And it makes understanding and expanding your awareness so much easier. It helps you integrate light. Everybody's having to integrate light right now, every living being.
Right.
And so more water, more fresh fruits and vegetables, because they have the highest light content, they have the highest water content. And water has its own consciousness.
I got to bring that up.
Yeah. You think? Oh my God.
So I wake up out of my body almost every day.
Yeah.
And I'm bouncing the walls, tripping over stuff to get to the bathroom.
Yep.
And the minute I sit down on the toilet, I ground.
Well, you can't do that unless you got water, right? You're grounded and you're in your body because it'd be wet, messy, it'd be ugly.
So the water helped ground me back in, and I breathe myself back in, right? But have you suggested what other people can do? Just like sit on the toilet?
Grounding, water. I have water beside my bed, right? So that I can pick it up and drink it as I'm going. My friend and Linda Bassendale in Portland and I got a bed and breakfast. We had a king size bed and we were sharing it. And she started giggling because in the middle of the night, I'm fumbling for my glass of water because I don't have a water bottle, right? And I'm like, feet, this dimension. And then I get up and I trot off to the bathroom and I come back and she's laughing. She goes, your feet were in several dimensions and you told them to get back into this dimension. I'm like, yeah, I don't know how to get to the bathroom if they're in 4 or 5 dimensions, right? Reminding yourself before you go to bed that your body will come back when it's time for you to wake up, okay? And it'll come back easily, not in the wrong direction, which you and I've done a few occasions, right? Because we got spun around and couldn't figure out orientate with our body.
Fall off the bed.
I've done that. I have also come only in my body halfway and couldn't move. I could breathe, but I couldn't move. And it's very disconcerting to the physical body when you can't move, you can't go in, you can't go out. And I'm like, okay, assistance, please. Guide, somebody help me. And then it's like, you're in and you're like, oh, thank God, I don't want to do that again.
So I'm going to tell you, remember that experience I had with driving?
Yes.
Okay, so let's do this. So I was driving to his house. Oh, by the way, happy birthday, Teresa.
Happy birthday, Teresa.
Okay, so it's October 3rd, but so in case everybody doesn't know what kind of day we're doing this, I'll look them up. So, a 3-day Trinity. Oh, Trinity. Yeah. Three. Nice day.
Nice.
Okay, so anyway, so here we go. I was driving and I was seeing Hobbit house. I can't explain any different. So there were like greenhouses, like the earth was over them, and you know, we're on the planet, right? And it's like a house with a door that opens up, and it was all like green grass, and then there was waterfalls coming down, and the other side. I started driving, and then all of a sudden, I popped back in my body. I had to call Teresa. Where do you live?
Can I have the address?
I said, hang on a minute. I got to turn the car around and pull over. I said, back in the body now. And, I mean, it was like back in the body. Well, one of my aspects that past lives I used to be that's woven in me decided she wanted to drive. She didn't drive that day. I had to finally say enough driving because she kept doing it for a while. It was crazy.
Wow, this dimension is cool to drive in. Wait, over here I need some force. Wait, I need a water roll.
Yeah, I wonder if she ever did the horse and buggy one. I'll ask her.
I don't know. Probably.
Yeah. So anyway, leaving dimensions is real simple to do, but you have to be really careful. So make sure that your higher self is aware of that. I don't even know how to explain it because it's like,
you don't want to get behind the wheel of your car and not be in charge.
Yeah.
Because you can skip time, space, and dimensions. We used to have a women's group in Portland, and we lived in Eastern Washington, and it was about a 4-hour drive. And my friend Delma and I could make it from Tigard, Oregon to Zilla, which is just a little ways outside of Yakima, in an hour. Yeah, I know.
Oh my God.
We hit a vortex.
You have
And
to.
she's like, and then we'd be there and Hay would say, her husband would look at us and say, you just called me an hour ago. How is it possible that you were here? And then he'd say, okay, I know. But could you please not do that?
I love when people are Texas.
I know.
And portals. You're
Yeah.
there.
You're there.
So like driving to Teresa's house, other times, right? It's like, it felt like 5 minutes. It's bam. So, but anyway, guys, you're gonna see a lot of Linda. We're gonna talk about other things besides the codes and what we're talking about today. We just want you to know her and get to know me, and we're gonna have fun. This is gonna be a great channel. This channel's for men and women.
Right. Chime in. We like to hear from you.
So there'll be live webinars on Zoom that we'll be doing, and we'll have chat lines open where you can ask us any questions. So we'll be sending out notices on that, what we're gonna talk about.
Yep.
And the best way to do it is both of us sit here and do it together like this. Co-creating.
It's fun.
Yeah, it's fun.
And if you have an example of how to co-create, look, right here. Here's an example. You don't have to co-create like Brie and I do, but take it back and make it work for who you are and your life experiences.
Right.
But start co-creating and having fun with it.
Right. All right, guys. God's blessings. And I will
Be
see
present.
you all
You are the gift.
later.
Bye.
Bye.